Good morning. Today is Monday, May 2nd, 2011. This is a continuation of our flood situation of 2011. It's getting to be more of a flood disaster now. Yesterday, as you can see, well, I mowed my lawn, and not very much longer, I was in my garage watching TV, and my wife came out and says, "I thought you were going to mow the lawn." And I said, "I did," because it only took me a few minutes, because everything else is underwater. As you can see, I'm standing in water here. Again, this is our entrance coming in. Things have not got much better. The only fortunate thing is we have not got any rain, but now there's a lot of rain predicted for this week. So today we're going to go along the north side of the house here. Today we have a south wind, so just to give you kind of an idea how things are going over in here right now. Take a walk down the north side. Here's my docks, which are still surviving. I did lose one of my sawhorses, but I had to retrieve that. I retrieved the sawhorse that was holding that, so I stuck that back under. But one of them had floated into the woods next door. Kind of see the waves coming in here today, which we don't need, but there's the boat. And I cranked my boat up the other day, so on both my lifts, and we are still, fortunately, let me back up here a little bit and you can see where the deck is again. We're still basically 42 to 45 feet away from the lake here now, and you can hear the wind howling now. We're going directly into the south wind here. Now, as you can see, our last film showed that we had a little berm here, but that's since gone, and so it's now surrounding my little gazebo here. So now it's pushing the water inland. That's what we have over there. So it's all under the water. So let's take a walk over here, and I can show you from the kind of close here now. I'll step into the water and kind of step inside here. Things are staying high and dry in here so far. We disconnected everything, and we did shut the power off to everything in here. And that's the seawall that we had put in. We showed you earlier, a couple of days ago. Now we'll look out through the window here, and that's my son-in-law's. That's his wood pile. It's still quite a bit of wood stacked there, so that's why it's kind of staying there, because there's a lot of weight to hold that down. Let's see if we can get a shot down in there. I did at one time have a picnic table down in there. There's my chair that I lost a few days ago. well, more than a few days ago, but I knew it was still down there somewhere, and there it is. Okay, we're going to go back outside now. Shores of Vermont. I'm sure there's some flood devastation over there also. Here's our wall. So this south side of the building is getting hit pretty good now. Well, we still have a small area here that's staying dry, so it's got to come up another foot and a half before we'll get into the building, and hopefully we do not get to that point. Okay, continuing on now, we're going to go down the south side of the house here. Measured this morning, we're approximately 20 feet away from the water line here. And on the other side of the house, the north side of the house, we're about 14 to 15 feet away. So we're still high enough to, you know, hopefully that with the rain that it won't be enough that it'll get up to us. I highly doubt that it will. Just give you a little idea of the debris that's, there's a lot of pieces of wood and stuff floating around there, and there's some big logs there that may have come from that log pile that was over there. All those trees in there, that area. These are just some of the things that we're just kind of pulling up the high ground just to keep them dry. You know, take a walk across here, and just some of the logs that have floated up. The debris down here is just simply unbelievable, and I'm sure it's everywhere. And I did it the other day, have a nice wood pile stacked right there, and now as I looked around earlier this morning, I did find most of it, and right over here floating behind my boat. And there's most of it floating right in there, unfortunately. And as we looked before, the water was midway to the hub, and there's our kind of our water marker right there. And she hasn't really changed too much, but with more rain, this could change everything, and we don't need that. So we'll take a walk down the road here and again check on our neighbors to the north. We were down earlier this morning in our pedal boat and visited with the neighbors, and everyone's kind of devastated about all this, as we all should be. And again, I know we are not the only ones in this situation, and we also know that there are many that are worse off than we are. So, I'll continue this in 1 minute. Okay, we've reached the approaching our my neighbor Bart Primo's driveway where we were yesterday. We walked around the house, and the water has gone up a little closer to her garage there, as you can see. And we'll take a walk around the back. I haven't seen how that is. I'm sure it's closer to her deck in the back. So we'll pan around here and I'll show you our storage building is. Yeah, there's quite a bit of water there, I would say. Anything inside is definitely in water. That's looking back at our place. Okay, we'll go walk around the building here and see what we have. This is just logs and debris and you name it, it just comes floating right on in. You see the waves coming in. Good evening. It's May 2nd. It's 2011. It's a continuation. It's in the evening. It's a little after 7:30. Just to show you, we ran out of battery, went dead when we were filming earlier today. This is kind of a continuation for the evening, but we've had a lot of south wind today, but no rain. And actually the water has gone down this evening, so but unfortunately with our Tom Messner weather report, we're in for maybe an inch or two of more rain coming in, more water, more flooding. But as you can see, there's our measuring stick there. The water has gone down because I couldn't see the hub earlier. It was up higher this morning. So we got to count our blessings for a little while anyway and see what the weather's going to bring in the next couple of days. It's supposed to start raining later on this evening, but just to give you some kind of an idea as to as we look down along the shoreline here, you can see where the water came in today, but now the south wind has calm down and we can actually see a little bit of the seawall now, where today it was just a little showing, but there's still not much showing. But building is still, the gazebo, still out of water, so I'm kind of fortunate there. I'll just take you a quick run around the house here and see what's going on lakeside. But I guess no matter where I shoot, we're looking at the lake anyway, so but take a quick glance here. See our stones. You could not see those today, and you could barely see that was all that table that tipped over. That was under. We couldn't see that at all. We couldn't see those stones today at all. So, and you can see where the water has kind of withdrawn a little, but certainly not enough. Boat was still on the lift, which is a very good thing. And we'll just go over here. I did move this dock here today away because it was floating, and we didn't want it to end up in the lake, and then we don't know where it would end up, in Vermont or down the lake towards Ross's Point. We didn't want that to happen either. So, but still not a very good situation. And with more rain in the forecast, that's not very good either. But we're hanging in there so far. So I've had a lot of calls from family and friends, and everyone's concerned. But as you can see, we have to stay here and protect our home. And we appreciate everybody's concern. We'll go along the north side of the house here, and you can get a quick glance as to what's going on here. Those tires were well underwater this morning, earlier today. So this is fortunately a good sign, but again, with more rain in the forecast, it's like we're just making room for more water. So if it does come back up to this height here, we'll be right back to where we started again. So, but hopefully it won't. It's not going to come up any higher. But time will tell. So this is our situation. Monday evening, May 2nd, 2011, and we'll probably do some more filming tomorrow, hopefully. So that's it for tonight. Thank you. Good day. This is May 6th, Friday, May 6th, 2011, and it's a continuation of what I've called the flood of 2011, and it's actually not just a village or a town problem. It's gotten to a county and state state of disaster, in a state of emergency, not only in New York but also Vermont. So the lake, as I've recorded earlier, the lake flood level is at 100 feet, and we are currently, as of this morning, and this is, I hope, the peak of it all, but the lake level this morning is 103.21, I believe, is what it's recording at this time. And we're going to continue our video. And I'm going to take a walk around my home, which I've been recording, and our area down here. We are again located down in just south of the village of Ross's Point, between the breakwater at Stony Point and what's known as Catfish Bay, and that's where this is where we've been living for the last 13 years now, right here on the lake. And of course, this is naturally the worst that has ever been. So this is our north side of our house, so you can actually see how close it is here now. It's maybe 12 to 14 feet right here to the house and to the water. And these are my docks where I had stored them for the winter months here, and the water is all around them. This is my deck right here for the back of our home, and I measured maybe 4 days ago, and from the deck to the water was 45 feet, and I measured this morning, and now it is 35 feet. That's where I had my boat lift stored all winter in that area, and it was quite a ways from the lake at the time of winter storage, and so that's totally in the water now, as you can see. Now this is looking to the south. Now that's Catfish Bay that you're looking at, and Catfish Point over there. And this is our gazebo, which was not surrounded by water earlier in my earlier recordings, but today, as you can see, I hope it doesn't get any worse. These docks right here I was using as a walkway from this land to get to the gazebo, because we had sand all around the gazebo as backfill, and with the rains and things, the sand was very soft, so I was using these docks as a walkway, which was working out very nicely until they started floating, so I had to remove them. So hopefully it doesn't rise anymore. Let me just go in the water here a little bit, and we can see where the door is. So I got a ways to go before it actually will get inside. So hopefully this will be the end of that. Hopefully it will not rise any more than that. So now we're going down the south side of the house, and I got a little bit more area on this side, not very much more. I measured it earlier this week, and it was like 20 feet, and now it's like 15 feet from the side of the house to the edge here. Now that's my storage building across the road, and the water is, there's, again, earlier this week there was probably 1 to 1.5 inches of water in there, and I'm sure it's more now, naturally. This is my garage area, so still have a ways to go before we can before it gets up to my garage area, but hopefully that will not happen. And that's my boat that I've had in winter storage, and that was, we've been gauging the water level by the tire, and it was earlier this week, it was mid-hub, the middle of the hub, and then it got up to where you could see at least 1 or 2 lug nuts, and this morning that's not to be seen. That's not to be seen today. And that's our entrance road right there that comes in from off the Kearney Road, which comes off of Route 9B, which is just south of the village of Ross's Point. It's the Kearney Road, and then it comes onto Duck Pond Drive, that's where we are. And just to pan around here, just to show you some of the debris. These are things that we've been pulling to higher ground as we go, and some of the stuff has gotten away from us. There's a nice, there was a couple of logs out here yesterday, but one apparently is floating away somewhere. And there's my storage garage, storage barn. And now this is our means of transportation here, which is, it's been a godsend actually, because this is how I get up to the road. From my house to the top of the road to get to 9B it's a half-mile road, so it takes approximately 20 minutes. So, and my wife is she's kind of anxious to. She hasn't been anywhere. We haven't been able to get out because we don't want to leave the house. So she's talking that maybe Sunday, Mother's Day, she would like to go into town, and so I decided that it would be a wonderful Mother's Day gift going to bring her on a cruise. The only trouble is, as you'll notice, there's pedals on both sides, so she's gonna, it's not gonna be a free ride for her little cruise ship. So but it'll be nice for her to go into town and you know, just see how everything else is, whatever else is happening in the village. We've been hearing reports of a lot of problems in the village with the street closings and of course naturally high water everywhere. So, but that's it for right now, and I'm going to get into the boat here in a little while here, and I'm going to go down and see how our neighbors are doing and do a little further filming a little farther down the road here. Okay, for now I'm going to check out. Okay, this is a continuation of Friday, May 6th, 2011. In the pedal boat right now, and I'm going to go down the road away. So this is it's a little shaky because I'm trying to maneuver the boat here, or the little pedal boat, and also film here at the same time. So just bear with me on this. I'll try to keep a steady hand as possible. And as we come around a little bit of a corner here, you can see down the road. Now that's the one of our neighbors, the Canadian. They're not down. They just come down on basically on weekends and during the summer, during their holiday. They do come down. Their place is winterized, so they do come down in the winter and enjoy it on the lake. They enjoy the lake in the winter, the ice fishing and you know, whatever. So you know, this hedge here is part of the hedge for my neighbor's house. It's right over here, Bar Primo. Well, can't quite see it. There it is there. So we're going to be approaching that here in a second. So there's a driveway entrance there, so hold on here for 1 second, please. Okay, we are now entering, this is Barb's driveway here, actually on her driveway. And, we'll get out and take a look around here, see what's going on. Bring my boat with me, so I don't use my transportation. Now this is the north side of Barb's property. Hi there, be right over. Yeah, the water is going right into, it's right up to her garage door here, so there's probably water in her garage. This is the north side of her building. And yeah, she's going to have water. She does not have a full basement. It's a crawl space here, so she's going to definitely have water down in there. I have to come around to the lakeside, where before we could walk along here, and she does just barely have a little bit of land there. There's her picnic table, stone statue that she's had. 1 minute. And we're coming around to the south side of the building. Some of the large debris that you can see that's out in the lake, and that's kind of a warning to our friendly boaters out there. They have to be careful because this is what's in the lake. And some more debris. And this is her lawn on the far side. So we're going to take another little pause here and we go check next door and see how our neighbors are doing. Okay, this is the north side of the hedge and my neighbor's property here. And you can see the lake is it's right up to their house here, fortunately. Just back up a bit here. This is looking back where we just came from down the road there. Trying to get